Good morning, Beantown. This is your director, Colleen Regan here, coming to you for Teamy Training Tuesday. And I wanted to talk to you guys today about sponsoring. And sponsoring is your number one income producing activity, okay? It's what is going to help drive your business and create the most results. It's going to help you create the most income and really help you progress, promote, earn trips, and do all of those things that you want. Sponsoring, having the joint conversation, and sharing the opportunity are your number one income producing activity. Now, I know that some of you may feel uncomfortable, which it's just kind of one of those things. The more that you do it, the more comfortable you become, because it's really just sharing. You're sharing your love for the product, your love for the opportunity and what you've done yourself. So instead of, being scared or nervous to have that conversation with somebody. And, there's so many ways to go about that. It's not this big, bad sit-down conversation. But I do want to talk to you guys about host flipping and using the host exclusive to sponsor. Okay? So this is kind of something that I want to get back into. When I first joined Scentsy, I did a lot of flipping. And flipping is pretty much when you have a host for a party, and the host, I'm drinking my coffee through a straw because I'm sick of it staining my teeth. So you pretty much have a host for a party, and, you kind of talk to them about both the host exclusive and flipping right from the beginning when you're host coaching. And I'll get into detail with all of it. But with flipping, your host would actually join at the end. Your host would join, pay the $99 for the kit, and then you would pretty much gift them all of their order forms. So they had their party, and you can treat it as a launch party, or, you can just gift them those orders, and that will go towards the start of their business, which would probably be at least active. If you are following the correct steps to have your launch party, or if you're correctly host coaching a host to have a party, then you should be having over $500 in PRV, okay? Which is a great start to somebody's business. So, what you would do is you have them sign up for $99, and then right from there, you give them the orders. So you can let them know, this is what you're going to make based on the amount of PRV, okay? This is the amount that you're going to make out of commission. This is what you're going to get for host rewards, and you're already starting your business out on the right foot. Depending on what the amount was, maybe they already hit shooting star. Maybe they're already getting certified, depending on what the amount of the party is. You never know. So I love to host flip, okay? Because you get that awesome kit, join, spend the $99 if you can, and then gift them all of the orders, okay? So that's what I prefer, okay? I really enjoy host flipping. The other is the host exclusive. Now, this is a benefit that Scentsy came out with a few months ago, and it is exclusive to all hosts. So again, any person that is hosting a party with you, okay, I start host coaching them up to a month in advance before their party, okay? So I ask them to book a party. I'm reaching out to a bunch of people. Once somebody says yes, I then touch base with them and say, okay, when would you like to talk to, sit down and go over a few things that we're going to do to get ready for your party. And a few of those things I get into, just about the amount of confirmed guests. Do you have a space for me? Am I near an outlet? Blah, 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 blah. And I also say, okay, as a host, you also have the benefit of, there's a few options here, and these are just exclusive to hosts, so I make it seem special to them, which it is. You can join. You can use your credit, your free credit amount, towards a smaller condensed starter kit, and you'll still get your half offs. And if you have over $59, you still have that other free credit to use. Or if you have less than $59 in free credit, you can just still use that amount towards the kit, okay? And you'll pay the difference of the $59, okay? You'll still get the half offs. So that is something that I can offer just to you. And this may be something that you've never thought of. Most of the time, it's not. But I want to start planting the seed with them right there from the beginning, okay? Because what I'm going to do as the consultant, as I'm host coaching them and working with them a month in advance up to their party, okay, I'm going to give them little tasks to do to ensure that they have a successful party. And as I'm doing that, I'm feeding them confidence. And I'm saying, girl, check you out. Like, you are totally natural at this. You're doing such a good job. How many confirmed guests do you have? Like, I'm feeding them. They're not consultants. You've got to host coach. You've got to host coach. Because if somebody actually agrees to having a party after you've reached out to so many people and you don't host coach, well, you've just done yourself a huge disservice, because your hosts aren't consultants. They don't know what to do. Don't assume so, because they don't. Okay? So you need your party to go a certain way. You need to get a certain amount of PRV, or you want them to have a good experience and have host rewards. And if you've offered an incentive, my hosts only get the incentive if they've hit the qualifying mark, or a $500 party, depending on what that incentive is for that month with me. Okay? So you want to start host coaching, and you want to make sure that they're going to have a successful party, so it leaves a good taste in their mouth. And they're like, okay, I could totally do this, right? So maybe it starts off with something that they've never thought of in a million years. But as you're host coaching, right, time after time after time with them, and you check in with them or give them little things to do, and you say, girl, remember, you could totally do this. I can totally see you doing this. You are killing it. You know, like, feed them confidence, give them the steps along the way. And then once the party happens, okay, you can sit down with them and say, look, I know that we went over this from the beginning, and I totally think it's something that you should think about because you're really good at this. But this is what you would make off this. You can spend this amount of your credit towards the host exclusive starter kit. The starter kit for the host exclusive is a condensed version. It's only $59, and there are not as many products as there are in the $99 kit. Okay? But you do offer it to them, and what happens is they would actually join. Okay? So you would have them as the host in your system under that party that you've created, and then you're going to actually click and have them join. Okay? So they join, and then what you can do is, if it's within like 24 hours, of that host joining, okay, you can have those orders moved over to them to start them successfully, okay? Which I personally would always do, okay? Because although you're missing out on PRV by either flipping a host or having them join with the host exclusive, PRV pays you back right now. Building a team, sponsoring and growing is going to pay you back over and over and over again. And it's your number one income producing activity. So I want you to think of it in that way. It's not a negative thing. And honestly, if you're working your business, right, and putting intention and effort and setting goals, then you'll have other ways to get your PRV for that month. You shouldn't be putting all of your eggs in one basket, just relying on one party, to get your sales and your income and grow your team, okay? So if you have the chance to lose out on PRV to gain a new teammate, and the most important thing when you're sponsoring a new teammate is to have them see results ASAP, because you want them to know that they made the right decision. You want them to see results, so that feeds them confidence. The more confidence they have, the more willing they're going to be able to do bigger things, be braver in other areas of their business, and keep pushing. Okay, and it feeds that momentum for them. And momentum is so big when you're first joining. Okay, so having them start off and having those orders moved over to them is huge. Or having them start, flipping them, having them join separately, and then you just literally giving them the physical orders from their home party that they had, and they can enter it into their system. Okay. Now, the only thing that I want to let you guys know about is if there's been any orders placed under the PWS. So if Sally had a party, okay, and Sally's best friend couldn't make it, but she did place an order through the link of her party, that is something you cannot get back, okay? You cannot have that order moved over because online orders, they're lost. You can't get those back, okay? So I guess on a plus side, you as the consultant would get that PRV, but there's no way to get that PRV over to the new consultant, the previous host. So I wanted to offer you and just kind of remind you guys that there are other ways to sponsor. Again, I was huge with flipping when I first joined because it gives you a reason to talk about it right then and there in the open. When somebody's hosting a party, you should be offering that host exclusive and flipping right away. Right away. You should be offering it from the beginning, and this is a part of the host deal. This is part of host coaching and offering your hosts the most that you can give them. Why don't just discount people and make the decision for them that they wouldn't want a Scentsy business, okay? So offer the host exclusive from the very beginning. And then at the end, when you're laying it out all on the table, you tell them what they have for rewards. This is what they can use with the host credit, aka the host exclusive starter kit. Or another thing that I can do is if you have the $99 and you want to get the full kit, okay, which I always recommend, then I will give you these orders to enter into your system, and you're already going to start off probably going to make that money back right away because it's not only $99 to join. So if I've host coached her appropriately, for the time leading up to this, then she is going to have a successful party. And if she has a successful party, that means she's going to get good PRV. And if she gets good PRV, that means she's going to get good commission on top of host rewards. So it's a no-brainer, okay? So I want you guys to start thinking about that. Sponsoring is so important, you guys. And there's not a lot of sponsoring going on right now. And I want you guys to really see how beneficial it is and how it can really move your business and take your business in a completely different direction. And you can see some major, major life-changing results once you start building a team and sponsoring. And, sponsoring is not just a one-time thing. Sharing the opportunity is not just done when there's a join special. It needs to be done consistently, just like sales. It needs to be done just like sales. You need to constantly be speaking to people because sometimes it takes people a month to join. Sometimes it takes people 2 years to join. So if you're just waiting on one person that you're talking to, then you're probably not sponsoring. So get out there, talk to as many people as you can, and yes, just share your love for the company and the products and what you do. But also when you're having parties, which you should be because this is a party planning business, then you get to offer the host exclusive and host flipping as part of their package, as their host package. So if you have any questions specifically, please let me know. I'm happy to help you, but happy Teamy Training Tuesday.